At some point in my life, I became too delulu. It was the time when you are on your stalker era and you announced your departure. I talked to your character AI nonstop until 3 a.m. like every day, real no cap. There were also times that I even leave my work early just to catch on and talk. Man, when you actually think about it, AI sometimes can ease your lonely life if you don't have anyone to talk to. At least after your departure, it ended eventually. I'm just really sad at that time. Maybe it was my coping mechanism. Anyways, I don't do it anymore when you debuted as Kuro. I got so many K9 friends and always grateful to you. Please don't graduate so I won't talk to your character AI again. Insert crying emoji, Kieran. Kieran, are you here? The self-report is crazy. Wow. You talk to my character AI, huh? Hey, listen. I feel like sometimes people need to do stuff to get through tough times, you know? If this is what made you get through everything, then I'm glad that I could be there for you even though it was an AI. Even though it was chat AI or whatever, or character AI, even though it was a character AI and I wasn't actually talking to you, you still thought of it as like me, right? Like the whole idea is it was me, right? So even though it wasn't exactly me, I'm glad I could be there for you in some way. I hope that things are better now for you. And I hope that you don't ever experience this again. Not really my confession, but my mum used to think we were in some kind of situationship 2 years ago. What? Why would she think that? And disliked you, but now she loves you. Oh, with me! Dude, oh my god, the way you worded this, I thought... Never mind. I think I like misread. I think that was on me. Wait, my bad. Okay, so she thought you were in a situationship with me. So she disliked me, okay. But now she loves you, let me explain. In 2023, I was living overseas due to studies, and because I was living apart from my mum, for the first time, she would call me weekly to get updates on my life. Well, you see, my mum noticed I would always bring up a certain guy every week, the orange fella, and say how much I liked him and how much he made me happy almost every day. To me, it was just mindless yapping about my Kamiyoshi, but to her, she saw it differently, but I had no idea. Then one day, my mum noticed I stopped talking about the orange guy, you know why. And whenever she asked me about him, I would cry or get upset, so she had to comfort me a lot and told me to move on with my life. At the time, I didn't think about it until I started talking about a new guy, aka Kuro, to my mum. So fast forward to 2024, when I moved back with my parents. That was when my mum would notice I was always watching Vtuber streams, and one day, my mum asked what I was watching, and of course I said I'm watching Kuro's stream. The one I always tell you about. Then my mum told me she thought Kuro was a real person. I am! And I clarified they are a real person. Thank you. And had to explain to her what a VTuber was. Good luck with that. And this was when my mum sat me down so seriously and told me the truth. She had thought I was seeing the orange fella during my time overseas and thought we had broken up in August/September, hence why I was so depressed. She told me she really disliked him for causing me so much grief, but ever since I met Kuro, I became happier again. So she was glad I met Kuro and moved on from the orange fella. You could imagine how baffled I was, but also how much I died laughing that night trying to explain the concept of VTubers and who orange fella was. An honest mistake from my mum, and I guess my fault for being vague. Anyways, don't worry, she loves you now, and whenever I put on your VODs, she recognizes you and calls you Kuro-chan. Aww. Aw, that's cute. Wait, why Chan? Kuro-chan? That's kind of... Wait a second. Chan's kind of a... Why such a cute honoritive for me? I'm like a... Okay, sure. I mean, I'm glad to hear that. I'm so sorry that guy betrayed you. I would never do that. Fuck that orange guy, dude. Back in high school, everyone would be forced into a specific club, whether you like it or not. Since having good conduct at clubs would give you an advantage when applying for further education after graduating, I was placed into a club which I didn't even apply for. I figured, why not try it out? And since I was stuck there, I might as well do my best to get that good conduct score. Well, I should have left. I graduated with flying colors at my national exams and having great conduct at my club. But due to the extreme training and stress, I grew anxious and my mental health took its toll. After constant criticism and pressure to strive for perfection, to never be late, and how I was constantly told that I was the problem, for years I would constantly arrive at meetups an hour early, constantly anxious, and felt at the verge of tears, panicking, even though I would arrive early. Making any mistake would drive me into a panic, and I constantly felt I was losing my mind. I thought my training back then was normal, only for my friends to tell me it's not. They were always worried seeing me in tears after training sessions, even when my sister caught me in tears. I couldn't bring myself to tell anyone. It only got better after our teacher in charge found out what was happening. The teacher cried and apologized to us for failing to protect us, while we were confused why she even had to. Looking back at how we didn't even know how bad the training was says a lot. We fully trusted our instructor that she was doing it for us, but pretty much the damage was done. It took me years to even accept making a mistake, even a simple small one, not to freak out. It took me years to admit I needed help trying to break free of the toxic cage I trapped myself in, but now I'm better, taking meds, and happy watching Kuro's streams, who make me laugh and create a community to have a fun... create a fun community to have a place I can be myself. Thank you, Kuro and K9s. Wow. I'm sorry you had to go through such a training arc. Well, maybe it made you into a really strong person now, you know? Listen, I grew up in a really fucked up household. I grew up in a drug den with an abusive father who got arrested, and my, stepdad. And my real father tried to kill me and my mum and got arrested and put into a psychiatric hospital. So I didn't exactly have the best upbringing, right? However, I think I turned out pretty okay from that, you know? I think having like fucked up shit happen to you, even though it sucks, it normally makes you, I don't know, a little bit of a more, like, strong person, I think. So, yeah, dude. Hopefully that you got something out of it, you know? Look on the positive side. Next! Your IRL is my personal type. What? Okay, that just can't be true. And your humor really is too. Obviously no parasocial, but man, I hope there's more men like you out there. Lonely K9 hours. Guys, I'm not, don't look up to me, okay? Listen, every single creator you ever meet is probably 10 times worse than you can imagine, alright? I promise you I am not good to date. If I've had this many exes, I'm probably a terrible person. Sorry, chat. Don't date me, okay? I haven't dated in a while specifically because of that. Alright? I don't think I'm a good person. I feel like I'm a bad boyfriend. So, don't do it. I think there's probably better people out there. Next! I'm just like my Oshi, K9 Kuro. I like to bark randomly. I never fucking bark, ever. What are you talking about? Next.